Cody Rhodes, I want your soul. That's what the final boss told the American Nightmare on the February 21st, 2025 edition of Friday Night SmackDown on the USA Network. And that's what set us up for maybe the most unpredictable men's elimination chamber match in history. But before we get to that moment, let's start with the first Elimination Chamber match of the night, the Women's Elimination Chamber, which will feature Bianca Belair and Naomi, the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champion Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, and Roxanne Perez. Six women battling it out for an opportunity to challenge either Rhea Ripley or Io Sky as they battle Monday Night Raw for the Women's World Championship at WrestleMania 41. The conventional wisdom here is that Bianca Belair is going to win this match because Naomi is going to be revealed as the Jade Cargill attacker. It's cleared Bianca Belair up since they lost the tag team titles to Liv Morgan on Raw for Bianca to go on um and win potentially the Women's World Championship from Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 41. Well, obviously, Tiffany Stratton deals with Charlotte Flair, the Women's Royal Rumble winner, on the Blue brand side of things. I have argued for weeks that Bianca Belair, and again, I have a hard time really criticizing the booking of Triple H, Paul Levesque, since he's coming to WWE. WWE has never been more hot. It's already never been more fun for me as a fan. You guys know very rarely I am very critical of the booking because I always think WWE does have the long term plan in mind. But to me, Bianca Belair moving on from Jade Cargill completely, teaming up with Naomi, then ending up winning the Women's Elimination Chamber to go feud on the opposite brand that she is on with Rhea Ripley just to make a Women's World Championship match does not make any sense to me. I thought the whole reason why Jade Cargill got attacked was so Bianca Belair can do a vicious heel turn, reveal herself as the attacker on Jade Cargill because she was sick of Jade Cargill taking over her spotlight. Bianca Belair was the EST. She was the longest reigning Raw Women's Champion in history. She had a reign as SmackDown Champion. She was arguably next to Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch for years, the face of the women's division. Then Jake, our girl, comes in, and Bianca Belair goes from a person that's always in the world championship picture to being relegated to the tag division with Jade Cargill. And again, I think you can make the same case for Naomi, where I think you can make the case that both attack Jade Cargill because Bianca Belair realized that Naomi was a better partner than Jade Cargill. She liked Naomi better. Naomi since returning to WWE in January 2024 at the Royal Rumble was supposed to be a big moment. But guess what? Jade Cargill also made her debut at the WWE Royal Rumble 2024 and stole Naomi's big moment. So for both of those ladies, to potentially not be involved in the attack of Jade Cargill, and especially in the case of Bianca Belair, to go on and just randomly feud with Rhea Ripley and forget about Jade Cargill, to me would make no sense. The only way that storyline makes sense to me is if Jade Cargill does not return to the Elimination Chamber. Bianca Belair goes on to win the Women's World Championship from Rhea Ripley, and then it is revealed that Bianca Belair was also the attacker of Jade Cargill, and there's your main roster Women's World Championship program throughout the spring, heading into SummerSlam in MetLife Stadium, the first ever two-night WWE SummerSlam. Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill for the Women's World Championship. I know Liv Morgan just won the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Excuse me. But with her history with Rhea Ripley And with Io Sky, I could see Liv Morgan winning the chamber, interfering in that Rhea Ripley Io Sky matchup, and you make a triple threat match between Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Io Sky for the Women's World Championship, where Io Sky would then pin Liv Morgan. She would become the Women's World Champion. You could get the belt off Rhea Ripley without her taking the fall. I could totally see that. I think there are three other wild card women in this match. I would not count out Alexa Bliss, who is a former Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion. I know that she is obviously in relationship, trying to get back in with the Wyatt Six and her relationship with Bray Wyatt. Maybe she uses the Wyatt Six superpowers, right, to take down Rhea Ripley, and that's how you start a feud between Rhea Ripley and Alexa Bliss over the Women's World Championship. Is Alexa Bliss getting back into the good graces of the Wyatt Six and using them to help her defeat Rhea Ripley? Then there's always Bayley, who they have even said on commentary that you could throw Bayley into any match. I don't remember Bayley and Rhea Ripley matching up many times. Anytime you get Bayley and Rhea Ripley in a ring together, that does sound like a WrestleMania match. But to me, the person that makes the most sense to win this match, believe it or not, and Josh Unger predicted her to win the Royal Rumble. Josh Unger is my co-host on Championship Rings and is in collaboration with Voltage Live, as I already mentioned multiple times in this episode. I scolded Unger because I said there was no way WWE was going to take somebody from NXT, book her this strong, book her in this position this quickly. But Roxanne Perez was the runner up for the Women's Royal Rumble match. And I have said, if you paid attention to the booking of Triple H since he's taken over creative, whoever is the last final people in the Royal Rumble match usually is due for a big or a huge year. And Roxanne Perez has been pushed as this prodigy. She already has a win over Raquel Rodriguez, as I mentioned, to enter the Women's Elimination Chamber match. I think WWE has big plans for her, whether it is a Women's World Championship match at WrestleMania or it even could be a Money in the Bank Women's Championship holder in the future. I think it's very possible. But I am going to go out on a limb here and say that it is eventually revealed that Bianca Belair is the one that attacked Jade Cargill. I may be in the minority on this, but I'm sorry if Bianca Belair is not the one to turn heel and to be the one to attack Jade Cargill. The whole storyline makes no sense to me. I like Roxanne Perez, the prodigy, the wild card, to come out of this Women's Elimination Chamber match and win the match. The next match, then, let's go to the women's tag team match where front run of Trish Stratus, who I thought 6, 7 years ago wrestled Charlotte Flair in a retirement match. She's been in multiple programs since. Well, this time she's back in Toronto to team up with Tiffy Time, the Women's World WWE Women's Champion, to take on Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. I think Trish Stratus is going to pin Candice LeRae in this match. It's going to be a fun, good match for the crowd. Tiffany and Nia Jax will finish their feud that they really started last summer when Tiffany Stratton and Nia were friends. When they became the Miss Money in the Bank, Tiffany Stratton did. Nia Jax then becoming the women's champion at SummerSlam over Bayley, which then eventually led to the cash-in on the first 3-hour SmackDown in 2025 of Tiffany Stratton defeating Nia Jax. I would have loved to see a longer championship match between these two take place at this event as opposed to the tag team match. But I understand why they went this route to again get Trish Stratus, who's from Toronto, get her on the card, get Tiffany Stratton over as a babyface, as she will challenge the heel Charlotte Flair for the Women's Championship at WrestleMania 41. Charlotte will probably be a ringside. I don't know if it's to start the match or not. Again, we know the history she has with not only Tiffany Stratton, but her tag team partner, Trish Stratus. I don't think she's going to get physically involved with Stratus or Tiffany Stratton. I think it will sort of be a stare down after the matchup, but I think Stratton and Trish get the victory. Then we have an unsanctioned match where obviously the Royal Rumble, excuse me, Sami Zayn came out to help his friend Kevin Owens after he was very concerned for his well-being after the spot Kevin Owens took on that ladder in the Royal Rumble against Cody Rhodes the next Monday night on Raw after Sami Zayn lost his qualifying match to CM Punk. Kevin Owens came out and delivered the package pile driver to Sami Zayn. Now, we know from Raw General Manager Adam Pearce, Sami Zayn is not cleared yet for this match, which is why the match is unsanctioned. We know these two men are from Canada. We know their history of being heels, being faces, being best friends, turning on each other. It's been a while in WWE since we've seen babyface Sammy versus heel Kevin Owens. I think the last time we saw it was maybe Battleground 2016. Obviously, we saw WrestleMania 37 babyface Kevin against heel Sammy, which is a completely different dynamic. In my opinion, we have not seen Randy Orton since that and his attack by Kevin Owens on that SmackDown after Crown Jewel. When Kevin Owens hit that package power driver on Randy Orton, I think Randy Orton returns here. Randy Orton hits the RKO on Kevin Owens. Bam. Sami Zayn wins the matchup and we get Randy Orton against Kevin Owens one on one at WrestleMania. What this means for Sami Zayn yet, I do not know where Sami goes from here, but I think there's a reason why they did this match at the Elimination Chamber in Toronto, in Canada, because WWE has plans for the Randy Orton Kevin Owens one on one match that we were supposed to see at Crown Jewel in November, but it never got started. This is where it actually happens. Those two finally pay off their feud after being in a tag team really for the past year and teaming up with Logan Paul, if you remember, last year at WrestleMania 40 in that triple threat match for the United States Championship. Best friends turn bitter foes again. Randy Orton finally gets his hands on Kevin Owens. And this match will be an absolute barn burner. Crazy spots will be absolute destruction. Then we get to it depends on what happens last, right? Does Cody Rhodes and The Rock main event this show with Cody Rhodes' decision, or does the men's elimination chamber main event this show? I think it all comes down to what the plan is. So let me lay this out for you. Do you guys remember after the men's Royal Rumble match, John Cena came out during the press conference and he said he is going to enter the Elimination Chamber. He is going to go on to main event WrestleMania 41 in his last WrestleMania, and he was going to win the 17th World Championship because it was best for business. And I had said at the time, best for business? That doesn't sound like John Cena. Well, now, with this offer The Rock has made to Cody Rhodes to sell his soul, it all makes sense to me, ladies and gentlemen. We are finally going to get heel John Cena. Yes, the man that we can't see, because what is the storyline in WWE been over the past half decade? John Cena has not won a meaningful one-on-one match in over 2,000 days. John Cena has been gone from WWE. His retirement tour that started the first Raw on Netflix in the Intuit Dome in LA. He has only made 3 appearances so far during the retirement tour. That night, the Royal Rumble and then Elimination Chamber. Fans thought John Cena was going to be full time. They're pissed off. Where the hell is John Cena? John Cena realized after all these years, after all he's done for WWE, for the fans, this is his time. This is his moment to be appreciated, and he is going to sell his soul to the final boss inside the Elimination Chamber. When it is down to him and CM Punk to win the men's elimination, or excuse me, it's not going to be him and CM Punk. I apologize. it's going to be down to him and Seth Rollins after obviously Logan Paul, CM Punk, um, Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, they get eliminated. I would love to see, for the record, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre or CM Punk and Seth Rollins to kick off this Elimination Chamber. I think Roman Reigns could appear inside the chamber and maybe do damage to not only Seth Rollins, but CM Punk as well. I think it boils down to I think we are going to get the triple threat match between Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 41. Logan Paul certainly has beef with John Cena. He certainly has beef with CM Punk. Though I would argue if you're going to be in this main event spot, and CM Punk did tell Cody Rhodes, as we know a few weeks ago on Raw, about the fact that Cody Rhodes is eventually going to lose his world championship. He's going to turn heel because the burden of being the world champion is getting too much to Cody Rhodes. Then CM Punk told Cody Rhodes that he is Satan himself. Then Seth Rollins told Cody Rhodes that he better not regret him winning the world championship at WrestleMania 40. So there's a lot of angles to be played here, but nobody has mentioned John Cena's name on WWE television since the Royal Rumble. I think there's a reason to that. I think John Cena, again, we could have a return of the tribal chief Roman Reigns. We could have Logan Paul involvement. We could have all of that. This is the most unpredictable WWE Elimination Chamber men's match in history. But I see it that John Cena does sell his soul to the final boss. We get a heel John Cena versus a babyface American Nightmare with the final boss in the corner of the leader of the C Nation at WrestleMania 41. If that does not happen, then I do see Cody Rhodes. Like, if the men's elimination chamber match does not main event, I do predict the American Nightmare sells his soul to the final boss. John Cena or CM Punk then would more than likely win the Elimination Chamber match. And in my opinion, I think the more likely candidate would be John Cena, who then a babyface John Cena would save WWE from a heel final boss and a heel American Nightmare combo. Cena Rhodes, I think, is the most likely combination for a WrestleMania 41 main event. The question is, how will Paul Heyman's favor with CM Punk come into fruition? And who will be the babyface and who will be the heel in this potential John Cena Cody Rhodes showdown? I do have Roxanne Perez winning the Women's Elimination Chamber match. I do have Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus winning the tag team match against Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. I do have Sami Zayn defeating Kevin Owens after Randy Orton interferes, setting up Randy Orton against Kevin Owens at WrestleMania 41. I do have John Cena winning the men's elimination chamber and aligning himself with the final boss. And we get a heel John Cena versus a babyface Cody Rhodes to main event night 2 of WrestleMania 41. Finally, we are not going to be able to see him.